Hi, my lovely people. Today we are going to discuss a show called The Ultimatum. And when I tell you, ooh, this has to be for entertainment purposes only because this show right here, y'all, we got to get into it. So if you did not watch the show, then hold up, wait a minute, let us put some breaks in it, and let's run our intro and get into it. And just that quick, we're back. So, if you guys don't know, I'm hoping the people that watch this are someone who, had watched the show. Its show is called Ultimatum. It is on Netflix. And when I tell y'all, it is the bomb diggity. So, I will give it a quick rundown and I will tell you a little bit about it. This show, it chose six couples. One of the people in here out of the couples gave the other person an ultimatum to either marry me or move on. That was the whole thing. When they signed up for the show, the marry me and move on, they were going to move in with the six couples. They were going to start dating people from the other couples, live with them for 3 weeks, return to their partner for 3 weeks, and see if they were still in love. Oh my God, that was a mouthful. So let's just kick this. Let's just kick this right off. I don't know who created this show because let me tell you, they must be single. Whoever created this show must be single. And the reason I'm going to say that is I don't know in what world could you sit and watch your boyfriend or girlfriend that you have been with for years, okay? Go out on dates with other people, fall in love with other people, kiss other people, and be around other people. Because no, I would be out there snatching wigs off. Do you hear me? I would be out here snatching wigs off, going crazy, going whack. I do not understand it whatsoever. Okay? So let's just say that and let it keep it moving. Okay? Now, let's go couple to couple. Okay? Let's start here. Okay, let's start with Tay and Ray. Okay? Uh-huh. Tay and Zay. I always call them Tay and Ray, but it's Tay and Zay. Let's just start with them really quick. Okay? First off, I really liked this couple when I very first saw them. I thought, how cute. But then they interviewed Ray and they said, well, why do you love Zay? And she could not even, okay? She could not even say one reason why she loved this man. So it made me, instantly be like, I got a vibe. Now let's just also keep in mind here, all right, that the person that couldn't tell us why she loved her man, was the one that gave him the ultimatum. I got vibes from Ray instantly that she was a home wrecker. She did not want to be in the relationship that she was in, and this show was going to be her out to find somebody else and live her best life. And that's what it turned into. Okay. Now let's hold on. Let's hold on. Let's hold on. All right. Let's talk about Shanique and Randall. Okay. I like this couple. I'm not gonna lie, guys. I really like this couple. I really had a lot of hopes for this couple. And reason for that is because of this right here. When they talked about their problems, they really didn't have much. He thought she was a little pushy and that she spent a little bit too much money. Okay. So we know that Shanice gave him the ultimatum. Okay. So it was nothing major that I seen that they had to work on. I thought, oh, they'll make it through this show. And then and so that would be the couple over to the right. But then we got into Alexis and Hunter. Holy moly macaroni. First off, when I saw Alexis, I thought, what the heck? But when she got to talking, that'd be the one over here in the black dress. Uh-huh. She got to talking about how she could not have a man that was not making a lot of money, who was not financially stable. And what really shocked me about both of these couples right here is that they had been together for a few years, but neither one of them lived together. How can you, and I'm sorry, this is just me, how can you know that you will want to marry someone that you have never even lived with, that you have never even smelled their morning poo do? that you have never had to encounter morning breath, waking up looking a hot mess. I mean, maybe y'all stayed the night with each other, but from these two couples not living together, threw up a red flag. And then they were both together, these couples, for just a little over 2 years. So they were asking each other to marry after 2 years of not living to each other. Red flag. But y'all, Alexis and Hunter over here, they really, really got me going. Because Hunter was, to me, when he went out on dates, he was trying to be like the Casanova, the best friend to the women, not really trying to pick up on them. I don't know. I got some kind of vibes from Hunter, but I ain't going to say what kind I got. And Alexis, boy, Alexis was out here really trying. She thought that she was a bombshell. She thought that those lipo lips and that bad plastic surgery was going to get her any man up in the show. And we'll get into how that went because it didn't go very well. All right. And then, okay, once again, we have Ray and Zay that had been together almost 2 years. And we've already spoke about them, but that was the couple that I really thought was going to make it, but I did not care for the woman. But over here, with the cowboy hat, we have April and no, we have Madeline and Kobe. So when it came to Madeline and Kobe, I really knew right off the bat. All you have to do is look at Madeline. Madeline, I'm sorry, she was a girl who wanted all the attention. She felt she was too good to be with Kobe, and she wanted to get out and get her one night fling a ding ding going. And then she really, really was very disrespectful to her man. And I found it really, interesting because Kobe is actually the one who issued Madeline, the marry me or leave me. So we'll get back to them, okay? But then it came these two. Mm, mm, mm. The one with the tattoos would be Lauren, and her boyfriend was Nate. Okay, first off, Lauren, she was very reserved in her dating manner. Okay, she was very, 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 very reserved. The only problem that Nate had, and he issued the ultimatum to Lauren, was that Lauren did not want to have any children at all. But I'm going to tell y'all something. I'm going to tell y'all something. That Nate, he was ready to be single and mingle. Okay? But let's go over here to the bombshell in the red dress. Ooh, this couple right here brought a lot to the cast. We have April and Jake. April and Jake didn't seem like they had a lot of problems. Jake repeated numerous times, I didn't want to come here. She gave me the ultimatum. I didn't want to come here. She gave me the ultimatum. I didn't want to come here. She gave me the ultimatum. But Jake took full advantage when it came to dating and getting to know other women. Yes, yes, yes. So let's just get back into this tangle, okay? Y'all, I don't know how other to do this other than my way because this is a long show. So I'm going to try to cover as much as I can on the review. So I'll probably do like episode 1 through 5, then come back, do 5 to the end, and then we'll talk about the reunion. Okay. So let's just hit it off with this one. These are some things that I found funny during dating. Oh, I found it really, really funny when Alexis was trying to sit there and tell Kobe, I know you like me. I know you like me, Kobe. I know you do. And we know Kobe is the cowboy of the group. But if you're not familiar, Alexis would be the one over here in the corner in the blue heart, the one with the bad lip injections. She told Kobe, I know you're feeling me. I know you want me. And he's like, no, no, I want to get to know a lot of people. She just sat there and it took everything in his might, but he had to let her know, you are not attractive. And why? Why did you do that, Alexis? Why did you try to go around at those Salt and Kobe game and tell everybody that Kobe was a mean fella and that Kobe meant harm and he was rude and he was there for only superficial one? First off, let's just call a spade a spade. Alexis came out here. And y'all, let me put Alexis up here. Alexis will be the lady right here in the black dress. Alexis came out here letting everybody know her man had to make 6 figures or more. She was not moving in with the man until they put a ring on it. And I'm sorry, girl, you ain't good looking. You're just not. And if y'all watch the show and catch some pictures of her, you would be like, what in the world? Where in the world is Carmen San Diego? And he was not rude. He didn't want to date you. He told you, Kobe just said, I'm not attracted to you. And you try to say, you got to be attracted to me, oh cowboy, because I look just like your girlfriend. I'm sorry, Alexis, you look nothing like Madeline. I am so sorry. You look nothing like Madeline. Okay, so that was one of the funny things. But as we got into the show and the couples got matched up and they start doing the flippity dip, they had to make a decision which couple they wanted. And they had this really, really big dinner. And it was hilarious. The couples chose their match. But before they could even get into the match ceremony very well, we seen that poor old Alexis, nobody wanted you, honey. Nobody wanted you or your lips. They was like, oh, to the no, no. And so then what happens? Nobody really wants Hunter. I think maybe one person was interested in Hunter. Oh, poor Hunter. So Hunter and Alexis instantly decided, okay, that Hunter was going to stand up. Hunter was going to fall in love. And Hunter was going to propose. So Hunter proposed and got Alexis out of our faces. Thank God. Okay. So we didn't have to worry about Alexis anymore. Then, as the time went on and everybody else started matching up and not wanting to be with poor old Hunter, he just was like, fuck it. Let me get on one knee. Let me just do it. So Alexis, they got him out of here. Good. Thank God. But then the turn of the century was Nate and Lauren. Nate had probably about 18 picks, 18,000 picks, and it was only six, ladies sitting there. He didn't care who he ended up with. But once his main picks were getting chosen and he was starting to realize that his personality sucked, nobody at all wanted to be with Nate. But, but Kobe and Lauren had made that bond, and Kobe and Lauren could have really went far. And Kobe and Lauren really wanted to explore. So then it knocked another couple off because all of a sudden, here runs Nate, gets on one knee, he proposes, and Lauren is just like, yes, 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 smitten, and bingity body boom. They all of a sudden have worked out all their issues and they're gone. So now we are down to four couples, okay? We were left with Shanique and Randall. We were left with Madeline and Kobe, Ray and Zay, and then we were also with April and Jake. So we know that Ray, this is the first one I want to talk about. Ray ends up, okay? Ray ends up dating Jake. If we didn't from the beginning sit there and see that Jake and Ray, they wanted to get down in the sack. They wanted to be in love with each other. They wanted to screw so bad that they could not taste it. They could not stand it. And I am sorry, I'm going to say this. I truly believe that when Jake got with Ray, Jake was already completely over April. He was, he kept saying, she made me come to this show. She made me come to this show. Well, I'm going to tell you something. Oh, Jake. Let me tell you something, Jake. I believe that Jake and April were having problems, and April truly thought in her heart that the show would help him see that he would love her. And I mean, it backfired in all kinds of ways because we seen that Jake matched up with Ray, and before they could even walk away from dinner, Ray was already smitten by Jake, and Jake was already smitten by Ray. When he made his choice, he said, I want to explore with Ray. And Ray smiled so big, and Ray just, she just gave me this gutter snipe. She just rubbed me as a gutter snipe, a woman who would sleep with a married man, a woman who would do whatever she had to do. Do you hear me? To get a man. So as we went on, we seen that Randall chose Madeline and Madeline chose Randall. I'm going to tell you something. I was sad when those two matched up because I believe that Randall had semi-pure intentions and he was matching up with the wildfire cowgirl, riding, cowgirl hat wearing Madeline. And it made me feel a little sad because I'm like, man, Madeline is going to turn Randall completely out and ruin it for Shanice. And as we seen it grow, that's exactly what happened. Okay. But we're gonna get back to old Madeline. Ugh, good bookie. We're gonna get back to her because we have to talk about the other couples. So Shanice and Zay, they actually have spoke, come, close to having some good moments. So they chose each other. I thought they were a good choice when they first chose each other because until we seen them dating, Zay looked it like he was just a laid back, cool, collective guy, okay? But y'all, did y'all notice some stuff? Soon as they got to dating and they went back to the rooms and moved in with each other, oh y'all, did Zay turn it out? Did Zay turn it out on one of their very first few conversations that they had? Zay was hitting Shanice with I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. I'm getting up out of here. I don't give a shit. Yeah, uh-huh. And when he did that turn up, it really gave me a bad taste in my mouth for him because if a man, this is what I thought, could get all hyped up and turned up on a woman he didn't know, what would happen if him and Ray, okay, got into an argument behind scenes? That's what I was thinking. But as the show go on, we see different things. But we got to just keep on going. So by default, poor old Kobe and poor old April, they just end up together. And it was so sad, yet so funny, because poor old April was just sitting there like, oh, I can't believe that Jake is going off of Ray. And Kobe was just so blindsided because he really, really wanted to get to know Lauren that they came up with a pact that they were going to try and that April and Kobe would try to get as much as they could out the experience, that they would try and be there for each other. So pretty much there was like no attraction, no nothing. They just were using each other during this whole time, boring, to like be, a shoulder to cry on. That's what I look at it as. They had no attraction, none of that. Okay. But let's get into the cold tea, the good old tea, the good old tea. So now that we had got the two boring couples out, it was the Jake and Ray that was making me feel some type of way. I'm not gonna lie, y'all. Soon as Jake and Ray got in there, they act like they couldn't keep their hands off each other. They were laying in the bed instantly, kissing instantly. Um, Jake is just like, oh, bump April. I don't give a damn about April. Yeah, uh-huh. He was thinking with his head on his, you know what, and not the head on his shoulders. And he had been doing that from the beginning because I truly think that April was listening to the problems they had in their relationship, and April was willing to work on it. Now, when Randall and Madeline started getting into it, y'all, see, this is where stuff starts going cricket, okay? This is where stuff starts getting funny. This is where stuff starts getting frumpy. When Randall and Madeline were dating, Madeline was instantly attracted to Randall. Therefore, she instantly was like, I can't wait to see him naked. I can't wait to see him with his shirt off. He's totally my type. And then I thought, okay, don't fall for it, Randall. Don't fall for it. Don't fall for the old okey doke. Don't lose your woman behind this girl. She is obviously not happy in her relationship. She's not getting something that she needs. It seems as though she needs her little ding 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 a ling up in her relationship, and she's trying to get it from you, Randall. And as we've seen as they went on, Madeline just constantly threw the attraction, the intimacy card up in Randall's face. And Randall slowly fell for it. He tried to hold strong, but we seen and not seen Randall falling for Madeline. Now, y'all, after the couples had spent some time together, okay, we realized that Zay and Shanice had an argument. There was no attraction between Kobe and April. And we might as well say Ray and Jake, they have remarried. They have given up. They were leaving their spouses. They were gone. There was no marriage. But they go to dinner. They go to dinner. And oh, Madeline, she should have just worn her hat because Madeline, honey, you tried it. Madeline, did y'all see when Madeline tried Shanice? Uh-huh. Madeline, boo boo, you tried it. Madeline had a lot to drink, and this is what I said. Whoever created this show had to be whack whack or something because you should have and I have to give it to the women and men that were on here, because the fact, okay, that they all had to sit there, watch the people that they came there with and were in love with date other people. But when Madeline got drunk at that table and she told Shanice that she was falling for Randall and that they was kissing and slobbing off camera and that he was a great kisser, he was holding her hands, rubbing her legs, and cuddled with her and got a V on her, I about fell out. I about fell out, y'all. I about hit the table. Because I'm going to tell you something, Shanice, honey, I got to play you again. Shanice, you played that like a champ, because there's no way in common hell. Shanice was being very, very respectable with Zay. Zay and her were having more of breakthroughs, meaning she was trying to help Zay work on how he approached women, the way he talked to women. And the fact that Madeline was sitting there telling you all about your man, the ups and downs of your man, and then to boot, gets drunk enough and says, I'm about to get out of here so I can go make out with Randall off camera again. Oh, Shanice said, take off this mic. Girl, no, I would have said, take me out to the ball game. Because I would have taken, I said, taken, I would have taken Madeline, slapped her about 8 or 9 times, drug her by her cowboy hat, cowboy boots, right back to Kobe and slapped her. I will say one thing. One thing you did was you held it together, Shanice. But Shanice said, bump this show. I'm going to my man. Shanice broke the rules, went to Randall and let him know exactly how she felt about it. And she said, oh, so you out here doing you? So that mean I could do me? You out here doing you? So I could do me? That's how she took it. So, uh-oh, oh. So Shanice ran back to the hotel, had a talk with Zay, and they started getting a little closer. Because Shanice like, look, if you out here sowing your royal oats, honey, I'm about to sow some too. So after her and Zay go on a little walk, she decides that night she was going to get up under the blankets. Now, I'm going to say that they tried to say that they kissed and they going to try and say that they cuddle because it's under blankets and they don't show it on camera. I am going to call a big old bunch of Bullshit. I totally believe that those two had made some whippy under those blankets. The reason for that is, Shanice, if you're kissing him, do you have to be on top for 5 or 6 minutes with the blankets moving around? Shanice, if you were just kissing him when you got off of him, why did you have to pull your pants or undies or whatever you had on up and from the side? And after that, when I tell you, that must have been some kissing, because Zay was knocked out like a light bulb. He didn't even move. He just sat there like a statue and started snoring. Okay, I truly believe that Shanice and Zay got down with it, but I think they also talked about it and they kept respect for each other to only say they were kissing. Then we saw Madeline return to Randall, and she ran right into Randall, jumped right on him on top of the bed, and got mad because Randall was not in that mood. Randall wanted to talk about the meeting that he had with the fellas, the things that he had learned about what was going on, and just wanted to have a talk because, I mean, come on, they came in as couples. So when you hear, because they said, yeah, I'm getting close with Shanice, but nothing has happened. It made Randall jealous. It made Randall see, I'm not about to be losing my woman to this Casanova. So all he tried to do was talk to Madeline. Madeline threw a fit and stormed out until he literally gave in to kissing her. Whack, whack alert, whack, whack alert. Then as we see Jake and Ray. Oh, the perfect couple, right? Oh, everybody meets everybody's parents. Of course. Ray's father loves Jake. But let me say one thing. Way to come through Jake's mother. Way to come through Jake's mother, because Jake mama wasn't trying to hear it. Jake mama took a look at Ray and was looking just like we thought. Ooh, who is this ghetto ass bitch you think you about to bring home to mama? Who is it? What is they doing? She said, excuse me, ma'am, let me talk to my son by himself. And she pulled him to the side and she told him, I love April. April not only is a strong woman, a beautiful woman, an ambitious woman, but she pushes you to be a better you. I ain't having this. So kudos to Jake's mother for having April's back because Jake had nothing to do with April. hmm So as the time went on, we seen April and Kobe kiss, and we knew it meant nothing. We knew that that kiss meant absolutely nothing. I think they just did it to be doing it because they knew that their, other halves were out here kissing. They gave each other a kiss. There was nothing behind it. They laughed, they giggled. And I'm gonna tell you, Kobe, honey, I really wish you would have had a shot with Lauren. I really do. Because I think you would have found that little bit of zest that you needed. But Kobe was head over heels and up Madeline's Tang because what choice did he have? He was with a woman he wasn't even attracted to. Poor old thing, poor old thing. And as I watched, Jake and Ray, they're going to try and tell us that they never did anything. I'm sorry, I don't believe it. I believe just like Madeline and Randall, there were some things that they were dodging cameras and they were doing. I'm sorry, I believe it. Y'all ain't gonna sit here and act the way that y'all did, like y'all couldn't live without each other and y'all didn't know how each other dipped and dangled. Okay, so after these 3 weeks or whatever, we seen some, you know, little changes. We seen some little drama. It was nothing much, but then they had to return to each other. So we'll start talking about when they return to each other, the original couples a little more. I will say I found some of this stuff funny. That's where we'll pick up on the next video in the part 2 of when the couples return to each other and the thoughts I had about that. I will say this too as well. When the couples were spending time with each other, I saw the side of Zay that I did not like. But when he got back with Ray, I see why he was built that way. So, and the more you watch the couples, the more you got bonded with the couples, the more you got to know them. So this going back into the 3 weeks with each other, I pretty much could predict what was going to happen because you've seen which couples liked each other, you've seen which couples really wanted to be with the other person, and it got spicy. So we'll stop it right here. In the part 2, we will talk about when the couples returned home to each other all the way to the end of the season before we do the final episode of the reunion. So, guys, if you have not seen this show, caught this show, read about this show, I would really appreciate if you would look into it. It is an awesome show. Like I said, it would take a person that has nerve of steel, and it wouldn't be me because I'd be snatching wigs, kicking butt, and taking names. It couldn't work for me. I am a jealous person, and we will get more into that. I will see you guys on part 2. Love you.